Hello everyone. How are we all doing today? Hopefully we're doing good. Hello Nobu, how are we doing? Is this like your new I don't know what I was gonna say, your new greeting every single time you come in? So today we're going back to doing Triple Z. We're gonna be trying to finish the story, hopefully, as I say that. I actually don't know how far we are in terms of like finishing, but we'll do our best. If we do finish, then we won't need tomorrow. I just put it in as a double day in case, but we'll see how far we get. Hi, hello. Hello, Cillian. Is that also your greeting now? Just bleh. All right, let's get started. Do we need a recap? No, I don't think we need a recap. If you guys are playing the game, you guys are playing it. So I feel like I don't need to recap because most of the people here play the game, or if you don't, then I don't think you need too much. I think you'll be able to pick it up real quick. So yeah. So let's go. Let's get started. Knowing you, we ain't getting far. I mean, considering like when we started it last week on Friday, we like did more than I thought we were gonna do. So, you know, I'll just be here and just be like maybe. I was though remembering something from last week when we were playing, because in the story they brought up Bangbo that we found, and we brought up one of the old Void Hunters. I hope the fact that they're bringing them, or at least one of them, up means that either we get more lore and context about what happened before in the past, or they're bringing them up because they actually are alive and we might get them as characters. Because like all the lore we do know is that like they're technically either dead or MIA. So none of them are like 100% confirmed yet, except for one of Miyabi's predecessors, which basically was her mom. So other than her, everyone is either dead or MIA. I think one of the other Void Hunters was related to their teacher, I believe. But other than him and Miyabi's mom, I think those are the only two people we can confirm about something else that happened to them. But other than that, everyone's one or the other. I hope not dead, because then, you know, some of these characters are pretty cool. I would like to play them. If not, at least let me give me some more lore. Give me some tidbits, man. Because most of the Void Hunters, like, did something quite useful, in terms of like making exploring hollows a lot easier, especially like Sunbringer and Joyous, if I remember correctly. So that's kind of interesting. And then I forget, my brain. I don't remember what their names are, but I do remember there are a couple of them that like move the border of like Hollow Zero like really far compared to how it was before back then, and I'm just like, nice. I could not do that because I'm not cool. I'm not cool enough to do this, and you know, I'm not that good. Okay, so so the collectibles from before when we were running around and I said shiny thing on the ground. Those are the new collectibles for this thing. Okay, so that's fun. Fun. All right. All right. Oh, yes. Okay. Get some stuff here. Okay. I see. All right. This will be fun. Get new things. Hopefully this little guy gets fixed, hopefully. Hopefully they get him fixed because he's so cute. Like, I know why he has like his little eye patch band-aid, but it's so cute on him. It's so cute. Too bad we didn't get her brother because I would have dragged his ass back. Oh well, we'll get our chance. And when we do, I will grab his... I will drag his ass back. Tries to run, we'll tie him off. We'll drag him back. There's no... He can't say no. Okay, it's telling me we've added more things to it. Great, perfect. All right. Let's move our butts back. Scoop my boot back. Scoop my boot back. Hello, people.
つまり現状、誰一人宗師と連絡が取れぬということかね。
そうみたいなんです。私も報告したいことがあって、何度か試してみたんですけど。
俺も電話してみたんだが、ダメだった。お師さんはどうしちまったんだ？今までもこのような有事にあって宗師は常に慎重であった。故意に連絡を絶つようなことはせぬはずだ。とはいえ、我らが宗師はたとえうつろ狩りに襲われようとびくともせん。おそらくサジに謀殺されているのであろう。
I mean, she's not like the same level as Miyabi, even though they were like just sparring with each other. I'm pretty sure in like, I forget whose trailer was it. I think in Shifu's trailer, one of them, I think she was at Section 6 headquarters. Miyabi was in the simulator, and I think she also went in and they had a fight, and they like broke the simulator, so they were stuck there. But like, I know they're like sparring, but they weren't relatively taking it kind of seriously. Like they weren't giving each other, you know, like easy go at it. So yeah. But that is kind of weird. I don't think she would not be the type of person to just not pick up a call for no random reason. Did you see anything about Trailblazer Elation Path? Yes, I did. I did see an image going around. I've been seeing a lot in Instagram, so I don't know if it's all fan art circulating. It's pretty much us with a paintbrush painting our own hair. Yeah, I did see that. I'm not too sure if it's like true or not. I just didn't mention anything just because like usually during the early stages of a new area, sometimes some things are, you know, not clear if they are like official stuff or not, or you know, if that's just, you know, like beta stuff or whatever. So I'm just not saying anything currently right now, but I did see that. I did also see images from I think maybe the same source that everyone's looking at on Instagram with another character that's supposed to be apparently an NPC character that's really important. Or was also another image being passed around with a bunch of like character silhouettes kind of there. I don't remember all the silhouettes off the top of my head. I'm trying to think of some of them. There was 3 out of the 5 characters I remember was Rappa, Sealy, Bronya. I'm trying to think of the other 2. I don't remember the other 2, but there was like there's 5 people in total. I only remember 3. They were all female characters. I don't remember off the top of my head. I want to say Run May, but I feel like that's off. I don't know why. But yeah. They did post, I've been seeing a lot of videos of people posting beta videos of the 2 new characters that got their drip mark done, which I didn't talk about one of them because they came out when I wasn't streaming on the weekend, so I'm just like, oh, okay, that's very awkward, but we can talk about it, and maybe look at the beta stuff. I'll see how I feel after doing this. We'll see. If not, we can do it on Friday because I reserved that just for a chill day. So if not today, then Friday.
一時的に連絡が取れないだけのことだ。お主が心配することではない。それよりも、お主ら二人の慌てようはなんだ。ドタバタしよって。
Bro, what does it matter to you?
ごめん陸老師。みんなに伝えなきゃいけないことがあるの。それじゃラマニアンフォローがおかしくなってるのは本当だったんですね。
If real, we get paintbrush. Imagine our attacks being drawing cartoons that hit our enemies like the old Bugs Bunny stuff from Looney Tunes. That'd be funny. That'd be funny. Either we paint stuff and that stuff attacks people, or we use the paint itself as like as an actual thing that we can use to attack things. Like kind of like if you're like using different elements, right? Like I'm thinking about like bending like in Avatar, but instead of bending elements, you have paint and you use a paintbrush to do it. So like it's either we use the paint itself to attack things or we draw things and then those things attack it. But yeah, that'll be interesting. Anvil, and then it falls on their head with a clang that melts into paint. Yeah, that too. That also works.
Oi, oi. そりゃとんでもなく嫌な予感がするな。
私たちもそう思ってるの。どうするのかすぐにみんなで話し合わないと。
つまりなんだ。お主ら勝手にフォローへ入ったのだな。
No, we were there. We were there. Don't, no. Back up. Don't say that. You didn't let us finish yet. Good sir, back up. Actually, no. You know what? I can't even call you that. I'm not going to.
ごめんなさい。でも、お兄ちゃんの手がかりを見つけた以上。
Don't even, no. You know, you shouldn't have said anything about your brother to this old guy because then he's gonna go off about it. Don't even. For your own sake, just don't. Old man, shut the pie hole. Yeah.
私は言ったな。お主の存在が春光にとって良きものであれと。彼女をいたず。
リンのせいじゃないわ。これは全部私のアイデア。この子を振り回したのは私なんだから、責めるなら。
Either way, you shouldn't. I mean, she was told to, you know, stay put and stuff like that. But at the same time, I feel like, no, I don't know. I just feel like this old guy is kind of just like at everyone. And I'm just like, bro, just chillax. Like, I get it. We went in there when we're not supposed to, but like, we figured some shit out. We took the minimal amount of risk possible. And we did have other people there as well. So like, maybe, yes, you know, tell us off a little bit, but like, ease off a little bit there too.
そうであるならばなおのこと。楊春子。お主は我らの中でも特に身勝手の許されぬ人間なのだ。今一度自覚するがよい。
What's up? Hello, app. How are you doing? Well, you're doing good. We are doing more story. And I'm getting really mad at this old guy right now. He's not really helping me. So yeah. I think it's funny that he is saying that literally to her because, like I said last week, the only reason why he's treating her with some kind of like okay is the fact that she, you know, has the sword. Otherwise, he would go off on her about her brother and just in general, just about her like behavior and stuff like that. Literally, he would not say this if she didn't have the sword. He would go off on her about this. Like, even now, he's still going off, but I can tell he holding back because he's like, no, you got the sword, you know, you're kind of okay. But other than that, literally, there's nothing holding this man from going off on, like, anyone, and especially her. So I'm just like, okay. Gives me a reason to beat you up. I'm good. How are you? I'm doing okay. I had a pretty decent weekend. And I had a pretty good day. Which I do have stuff that I want to talk about. But if we don't get to it later today, we can talk about it on Friday. So yeah. Old man speed dials your dad. Literally! You know what would be so funny if I did something that I wasn't supposed to do? Or I guess, like, I don't know, like I did something that like this old guy doesn't approve of. He calls my dad and then somehow my dad's okay with it. And then he's like, nope, that's okay. And I'm like, haha. Loser, old man. Bro, why again? Old people always care about reputation. It's so dumb. It's not like they didn't have a bad rep before, if anything. The only reason why their rep is slightly bit better because of like the recent stuff that's been happening in the story, and Yunquei Summit's been like, you know, helping out with that stuff. Otherwise, their rep would have been still generally pretty bad because of what happened before during the old capital. So like, if anything, things just happened, and it just so happens that, you know, people here generally are pretty nice people and wanting to help, and you know, it'd be a bit better. Otherwise, don't complain, old man. Don't complain. Also, I feel like it shouldn't matter if your rep is good or not. It would be nice if your rep is good, but like, even if your rep is not good as a group of people, but the individual people in that group are doing things, you know, like helping other people and doing other stuff like they're supposed to, I feel like it's fine. Like, chill out. Like, literally, I would ask this old guy, if your rep was bad, would you just stop doing what you're doing? Like, doesn't matter that much. Like, actually. He makes it like if you don't have good rep and you're like like something bad's gonna happen. I'm like, what is worse? Like, People just don't like you. Does that stop you from doing stuff? I don't know, maybe. But I think for most of the characters that we know, I don't think it would. It'd still do things. So, like, chill, man. Nah, I'm very direct. No. Old guy, shut up.
リクロウ氏、今の話を聞いてて、あなたが心配してるのは春光先輩のことなのか、生命権の研修っていう肩書きの方なのか。
Thank you.
私には分からなかった。
Your dad does nothing himself, but then gives him his mapo tofu recipe to feed you to at the temple. You wouldn't know until you were a bite in. Why didn't he just tell me and then I feed people this shit? How come he can't tell me the recipe and then I just feed other people, so I pass on his really very spicy mapo tofu and then I just make other people be in pain? Again, you just see her for her title and her job, not as a person, you bitch. You don't care about her.
春光先輩がどう思うかなんて全然気にしてなくて、生命権の堅守に責任って言えば縛り付けておけるってそう思ってない？あと雲岳さんの財産って言い方もどうかと思うな。春光先輩はれっきとした人だよ。雲岳さんの名誉っていうのが一人の女の子に背負わせないといけないものなら、私たちはちょっと反省した方がいいと思う。
Thank you, Bill. Thank you. Thank you. If I could go at this man, thank you. Unfortunately, I cannot do that, so you did it for me. Thank you. I appreciate it. Because giving mapo tofu to your enemies would make you happy. We all know your dad's last wish is seeing you happy. He'd rather you suffer. No, the enjoyment of me watching other people suffer. No. I do like watching other people suffer. Because I too have suffered from this. So I shall spread my suffering to others. Actually, no, you're right. He actually just would want me to suffer. My brain's just like, no, yeah, I think about the series more and I'm just like, yeah, you're right, Nobu. You're right. Which then that makes me kind of sad because then I'm just like, I'm just suffering for all eternity. And I can't watch other people suffer. Oh, wait, no. I was gonna say, this is like bad parenting. This is like, if you make your kid suffer, there's a high chance your kid will also want to do that thing that they suffered from, which then there's a high chance that I too would make other people suffer in the same way. God. Or not, it depends, I guess, but yeah, it depends, but still. I don't know why, not that it matters, but I kind of want to know what the mayor looks like, just out of interest.
市長さん、お師匠様なんですけど、今そちらにいらっしゃいませんか？なぜか連絡が取れないみたいで、ちょっと心配なんです。
期兵についての報告を直接してもらったが、次の用事があると言って早々に帰ってしまったよ。
そうですか。ありがとうございます。やっぱり途中で何かあったのかもしれませんね。あんまり市長さんのお邪魔をしてもいけないので、私たちはこれくらいで。
今日はもう十分だろう。市長が決断されたからには。
If anything, do something to make you happy, like invite Ku to the house, only to see your happiness crash into pieces as he spoon feeds Ku his mapo tofu, making him die a painful death right before your eyes. Yeah. Which that, well, like, that is true, but also I would assume this is probably not the first time he's done this before, so if he were to do it again, maybe like the first time, I'd be like, this is the worst thing ever. But like if he does this multiple times in different ways, I feel like then I would kind of hopefully clue in that there's something weird, because I'm just like, this is kind of weird. Why are you doing this? Which equates to me being happy, so then that means that I'm going to suffer later.
宗主への連絡は私の方で続けてみよう。そろそろ戻ってきて、この手に負えない弟子たちをどうにかしてもらわねばな。
さっきはありがとう。私のことかばおうとしてくれたのよね。内心わかってるの。本当に価値があるのは生命権とその権主っていう肩書き。要春光かどうかはあんまり関係ないって当然なんだけどね。生命権は雲岳山の司法。私なんかが選ばれたこと自体たちの悪い冗談っていうか。そんな風に自分を卑下しなくていいって。誰にだって話を
He
聞いても
leaves
らったり
pauses in
大
between
事にしてもらう
happiness
権
and
利があ
despair,
って。
random lengths of time for you
その
to
ことに
foolishly
権利かど
hope.
うかはちっとも関係ないもん。
What is this? Like the worst, this is like the worst, like, I was gonna say survival game ever.
そうよね。
No, actually not even. This is like the most, like, this, I was gonna say, this is kind of like the equivalent of like a toxic relationship. Except I guess like this is like, my dad just being veg.
まあ市長さんもああ言ってたことだし、今は帰って息抜きするチャンスかもしれないよ。何もかも自分でやんなきゃって思うんじゃなくて、誰かを信じて任せることも大事なんだから。うん、言われてみればそうかも。それじゃあ何する？せっかくだし一緒にお散歩でもしない？いいわね。ちょうど私も息抜きするならあなたとがいいなって思ってたの。じゃあ着替えてくるわね。って言ってもあなたにはもうおなじみのやつだけど。
Hey, that's cute. Wow, surprisingly, she looks good in like pink color. Pink or red. Very cute.
だからご飯さ、早く市場に行きましょう。
Go this way.
ここの淡水は美味しいから
My
一緒
little
にどう？
tushies. We all know that the only time this man has ever cried was when his wife self-ditched, and that was because he wanted to eventually kill her himself. Yeah. Which I'm like, That's very morbid. Like... like... It's so bad. Like... Wow. How? Why? And somehow I got adopted somehow. This is like horrible. This is like it's like worst case scenario of where you could get adopted. This is like the worst case. Like, why? How did this happen? Like, ugh. The only thing I can think of is how the hell did this man get married in the first place? That is true. Like, because I don't think he would, like, pretend or lie about how he thinks and, like, you know, his intentions, right? I don't think he would do that just so that he can get married. That just seems a bit odd without, like he only does things for a specific reason, and like I don't think this is a good enough reason to do that. So that is weird, unless for some reason like he was somewhat quote unquote normal before something happened and then he changed. That's like the only thing I could possibly think about, because I don't think if you asked anyone if you would want to be with him, they would most likely say no in all circumstances. And if you ask people, maybe there's like that one weird person who would, but like I think the majority of us would just be like, no, thank you. So yeah, I don't know. We don't think about it too much. Maybe there were, I don't know, actually, is there like is the funny official universe of Fate lore have the answer? Or that'd be interesting if there was an actually like an actual reason for that. If not, I shall only speculate and not think about it too hard, because we don't think about those things too much. I think it's so morbid and also funny at the same time that the character I love the most in the Fate franchise and in the Fate series is like Kukulkan, and then like you guys make a joke and like a meme about the fact that my outfit looks like Hotomine's, and then it's just like, literally he's your dad, and then I'm like, haha, funny. And then my realization of, oh, my dad literally killed the guy that I really like. That's real awkward. So this is very morbid. I guess the universe just said you must suffer always and you never get anything. There's too many versions of Fate, too many where he pops up to know what's real. Imagine he shows up in Strange Fate. True. I tried reading Strange Fate like a long time ago. This was like during the time that like I wasn't really interested in Fate. I just happened to stumble upon it, and I like read like a few chapters of it because I was like, oh, this is like not something that I've seen people talk about in terms of Fate, you know, stuff. So like I kind of read a few chapters, and then I think I eventually like almost caught up to it, but then I kind of dropped it because I was like, yeah, I'm not really interested in it all too much. But I was like, oh, there's some people I know here and there, mainly Gilgamesh and Enkidu, but that's about it from what I remember off the top of my head. from previous stuff that I had watched, and stuff like that and read. So I was like, yeah, I'm not really vibing with this. And then they made an anime for it whenever like the first season came out, and then now they're making another one that's coming out again soon. And so I'm just like, dang, who knew this random thing I read a long time ago gets an anime. But that's like been a lot of stuff recently, like a lot of stuff that I used to, like I read before or like I'm still reading right now are getting animes. Either if it's like a manhwa or if it's a manga, but because the only genre of things I read other than other series that I watch, I read their manga is romance. So I think it's really funny that a lot of romance mangas I've been reading for a long time are getting animes because they update really slow for some reason. I don't know why. I feel like I'm like the average reader for Hunter x Hunter, because like I've heard that like the manga updates like very, very, very slowly, very rarely. And sometimes I feel like that for my romance mangas because that too also happens. So I'm like, relatable and waiting forever. But the animation looks really good for Strange Fake, so yay. Well, I mean in general, Fate animation looks good, whether I like watch it or not. It's usually good too. It looks very pretty. The only thing I don't like sometimes, thinking as the artist myself, when I watch Fate sometimes, especially whenever Gilgamesh shows up, I'm just like, oh my god, I feel bad for all the animators who have to animate all these things. Like obviously in the close shot, you gotta animate all the portals and all the weapons, but in like in a more like wider shot, and when most of the time he's fighting, you don't have to go into too in detail about it. You can just draw like multiple things, especially if it's like an action shot and things are moving. So unless you're going closer into focus about something, you don't have to draw it in detail. But in general, I'm just like, damn, that's a lot of stuff you're gonna have to draw. I'm like, I feel bad for whoever has to do this. Because that's a lot of shit you're gonna have to draw. Especially in fight scenes. Like, if he's just standing there being, like, very threatening and then just monologuing, it's like, it's not that bad. But then as soon as he starts fighting, it's just like, oh, there's a bunch of stuff everywhere. And I'm like, rip. Or any kind of, like, big attacks or, I guess, impact frames or explosions or anything kind of due to an attack. That also is a lot you're gonna have to draw too. So it's very fun. Oh, I was gonna say hello, Zhongli. I see your osmanthus cake. I know it's on wine, but it's close enough. Developers spending 3 months on a 5-minute fight scene. Yeah. I mean, like I said, like, things take time, and that's why I've been, like, really annoyed about, like, a lot of recent, like, series in general, regardless if these series are popular or not, that animators just don't get the time, A, for themselves to have a well-balanced work ethic and taking care of themselves while also having time to work on things. Work-life balance does not exist, first of all, in Japan work, but also just it's even worse when you're an animator and your company's just like, you need to get things pumped out and done, and then you don't get time to work on it, so then it looks like shit, which then I'm like, I can only say that you can only get so much done, I think. Because like at this point, like I know some people still blame like animators for like doing a really shitty job and stuff like that and cutting corners and stuff like that, and I'm like, there's a reason why they're doing a shitty job and cutting corners. It's because they're not getting the time to actually finish and to do things. Because I know like the new season One Punch Man, people have been like, animation's bad and they're taking shortcuts and looks so bad compared like to season 1, like at the very beginning. And I'm like, yeah, because the company is just being like, you need to pump out episodes because this thing has been like, to be honest, like I didn't actually think they were gonna animate the recent season One Punch Man, considering it was passed from the original studio to someone else, and then there was a long wait in between too. So companies just not, I don't know, doing whatever it is. I don't know if it was for more specific reasons why it took so long and then got passed to another studio to do. But generally speaking, like, animators need time, need to do things, also take care of themselves, because if they're not feeling so great and they're, you know, they feel like shit, you're not going to do a great job. I think most of us, if we're not in a good mood or if we're like feeling shit that day, it's gonna be harder, and we're not gonna have a great time. So like, give people time to work on stuff, and also to take care of themselves. They'll do good work if you do so, but people don't do that, so it sucks. That's why when people were complaining before, like a while back, about the Jujutsu Kaisen season, like the last one before this upcoming one that's coming out on the 9th, people were like complaining. Some people were complaining about how bad it was, and I was like, it's actually like really good for the fact that people were having a really shitty time as animators, and also the deadlines were real bad. The fact that it still looked really good, I was like, what happens if I actually gave you a lot of time and you could actually like have work-life balance? I feel like it would look, I would like have my jaw dropped on the ground, which it was, my mouth was wide open already, but then my jaw would be touching the ground. So, if anything, give people time. And don't be like breathing down their necks, and they will do a good job. Because like, I was gonna say, like, Blue Lock's also another example that was also like, people were complaining about it. Like, I don't like it as much, like the show. Obviously it's kind of more like in the veins of like Critical No Basket, where it's like supernatural sports or supernatural powers mixed with sports. So like, that's not my thing, but like the animation looks really good for it, and you know, it looks nice. Again, give people time. I just feel bad for the animators when people blame them for doing a shitty job, where I'm here like, I'm pretty sure they didn't want to put out a shitty job or cut corners. Certainly, if you gave me plenty of time to do something and you gave me a good work-life balance, I would take my time and do this shit. But if you're gonna give me like a 3-day deadline and I gotta do like 3 episodes and I feel like shit, and I haven't like slept in the last like, I don't know, more than 24 hours, I would also do a shitty job and possibly cut corners. So like, I don't blame them. But also at the same time, like, try your best not to do that. I would try my best not to do that, but like, God. Mirai, if we give people time, they would stall longer. FGO, Shakespeare, and Anderson are proof. Give them 5 months to write a book. You barely get a sentence. Tell them they have 4 days or they die. Suddenly there's a whole novel written out. Like, I'm not saying some people don't work well under pressure, but like most people in general would like to have some time. I'm not saying like give them all the time in the world, but like don't give them a 3-day deadline to do 4 episodes, like animations for 4 episodes, regardless if it's one person or like a whole team. And like for some of the examples, like for Jujutsu Kaisen, like I think like a couple episodes, or like even like during the run of that season, like the last season before this one is coming out in a couple days, I think some people were like dropping out and like quitting and stuff, and there was only so many people working on it still. And some people even had to do like whole episodes on their own and stuff like that. I think it was also similar to Blue Lock, where they didn't have much staff and like there was only a limited amount of people who were working on it. Like, I'm not saying don't give people deadlines, but give them reasonable deadlines. Like, don't give someone or a team of people 3 days to work on, I don't know, 3 or 4 episodes. Maybe like a week, and like that's good. You still have some breathing room, but you still have a deadline. Like, reasonable. I'm not saying don't give deadlines at all. Because yes, sometimes if you don't give people deadlines, and people will just not, get to work and do things. And like some people do work well under pressure, but it's not everyone. Generally, give people a bit of breathing room, some space, and a reasonable deadline, and good work balance. I think it's okay. I think it's good. And I was gonna say, sometimes some people are just, I don't know. I knew someone who preferred or wanted to work under very like tough working conditions, because they're like, that makes me good, and I'm just like, I would like not to feel like shit, but I would like to also get work done. I've got time. I'll do it tomorrow, said the writer for the 87th time. Okay, I need to go. Which way do I need to go? I need to go this way. On the tram. Every single time I just see hollows, I'm just like, man, this thing's just like a ticking time bomb. This thing's just gonna explode one day. And then I'm just gonna be here looking at it, being like, ooh, it's kind of pretty. Death. I mean, I don't know, Nobu. I mean, like I said, I think at least for a case of animators anyways, you need to give them time, and like a reasonable amount of time to do things, because it does take a while to do animations and do all the steps to making it into an episode or into a season. So, and it's not like one person, well, hey, it's not one person doing this and also it's a bunch of other people, so you gotta go through the multiple steps with multiple people and do a bunch of stuff. So if you're rushing everyone, someone's gonna do sloppy work, and then it's gonna be sloppy when writers and animators clash. Yeah, because like just even doing like the most basic of basic things that you learn for animation, which is basically making a ball bounce. If you want to make that, like just going up and down like twice, like making the ball bounce, you're gonna have more than 10 frames doing that. If you want an entire, like just one episode of something, even the most simplest thing ever, like even like making a character walk, like a walking animation takes more than 10 frames. If you want an entire episode or more, like the whole season of an anime, you're gonna need more time. Considering like you're just making a ball bounce and you're making a person walk. And this is like if you do like rough sketches or maybe like slightly cleaned up like line art. This isn't even like coloring, rendering, you know, adding extra things in the background, doing a bunch of other stuff. This is just one person doing one action and an object doing one action. It's not even like adding anything else. And that takes more than 10 frames to do. So doing one episode is, it's gonna take a long time. And then if you're doing it on your own, that's even worse because then you're having to do everything. At least if you have more people or at least two to three people working on it, at least it's a bit better because then you guys can kind of split up some of the work. So yeah, for writers, I would say they do clash with animators because animating takes forever. Just like the process in general is very long, and then you gotta do it actually, and then, you know, to make everything look like, you know, very presentable and, you know, watchable, it takes forever. So unfortunately for animating and for making an entire season of an anime does take a long time. So yeah.
どうかな。前のよりも美味しい。春子って本当にお菓子作りが
Ow,
得
I
意だね。
banged my leg on my table leg. Very fun.
強いて言えば少しだけ甘いかな。でもこれなら売り切れちゃうのも納得だよ。そっか。やっぱりお砂糖が多かったみたい。次こそは完璧にするわね。そうだ、雲岳山のみんなにも食べてもらいたいし、適当感に戻ったらもっと作ってあげようかな。
Don't hit the table, it hurts. It was by accident. I was just like swinging my foot back and forth a little bit, and then I went a little too far and I smacked it. At least it was like the back of my foot slash leg and not the front where my toes are, so it's not that bad.
ザオさんって金木犀のケーキ好きかな。
Oh, I need to stretch my back.
前にダイアリンから聞いたけど、お肉が好物みたいだよ。そうだったの？じゃあ今度は普通にお料理でおもてなししようかな。
I want dessert.
なんか春子ってほんと何でも作れるよね。すごいな。
It's also really funny that I keep making the joke about osmanthus wine because of the osmanthus cake, but like I keep saying that that's like the line that Zhongli always says in his idol animation whenever I have him out, but like to be honest, I don't even remember the line that he says during his idol animation. I just remember that it's like the same thing about the same one thing, and I'm like, stop talking about this.
山にいた時は暇だったから。
Something about wine and memories. That's all I remember, and that's it. It's been way too long. I don't remember his idol animation line.
機会があったらまたあなた
Which is so funny that like he only gives me that the same idol animation and the same line during that idol animation doesn't give me anything else. Where every other character I've ever played in the game or owned does something different at least once in a while or mixes it up. And I'm just like, why? What happened? Are you just that sad and lonely? I'm sorry. Something about osmanthus wine tasting the same. Yeah, and something about memories, I think. Something in relation to that. Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember, but where are those who share the memory? Yeah. Because he talks about that a lot. He talks about, most of his lines either talk about, like, memories, either with people or when people pass away and you want to cherish those memories, or about certain places or foods either tasting the same, different because of certain things. And I'm just like, dang, man. Actually, there is one line that I really like from Zhongli, which is part of a bigger line that he has, but I don't remember it like off the top of my head. I'm trying to think of it. Trying to think. He misses people who are long gone. I mean, that is true considering he is an Adepti, and I mean, all the characters and people he knows in Yue are either like other Adepti or other people who can live longer, and some of them have passed away. So he's spent like more than, your general typical normal person lifespan with either these people or know these people. So like, I think I get why he's like that, but at the same time, like, damn, you need to mix up your idol lines a little bit, just a bit. So yeah, I'm not saying that it's bad in any way, like any of his voice lines or why he like feels that way. It's just that like, I'm just annoyed about the one voice line he keeps repeating. You got so many other good voice lines, man. Just use them. Oh, I remember what that voice line is. It's part of another one, but I like this part of the second half of the bigger voice line, which is, I think, I have no regrets meeting you, friend. Should the day we ever not be together or something like that, you will continue to shine like gold in my memory. I think it's something like that. And I'm just like, yes, very good. Sometimes you say really good things. How many generations of chat has Mirai been with where some stuff are associated with long gone chatters? I have no idea. Because I've been streaming for like 5 years now? Yeah, 5 years now. Actually, to be honest, I think I can figure out what day I started streaming, because Twitter does this thing where it's like, oh, you've been like this is like your 5-year anniversary of you being on Twitter. I remember getting a notification about that, and it says a specific day. And the day that I started like streaming was the day that I like made my Twitter account, generally speaking. So I'm just like, oh, I can just literally look at the date because I remember the month. It was in December. I remember because it was like getting to that time during COVID, but I don't remember the date exactly. Because people always ask me, when is your like anniversary for when you started streaming? And I'm like, I never know the exact date. So yeah, I don't know if there are certain words or phrases or things that are associated to people that that don't come into chat anymore. Because I think most of you guys, except for you guys who are the regular people, it's just people that I haven't seen in a while. Like, for example, like What's Up, or any of those people. Like I just don't see them as often as you guys, but I do see them here and there, and I understand that because people are busy. I get that. So yeah. But I don't think I've like something has clicked, or like someone has said something and then like they've stopped being in chat. I've definitely forgotten certain things that you guys have probably said that were either really funny or like really good, and they're just like in the void, or maybe filed away somewhere in my brain and I just can't remember. Apparently I followed December 13 of 2023. Yeah, because COVID was like quite a while ago. 2-3 years ago? It's been a long time. It's been a while.
幸せそうで本当に良かったわ。ずっとこのままでいてほしいわね。ねえリン、ちょっと聞きたいことがあるんだけど。
Yeah. Doesn't tell me the exact date. I hate that when it doesn't tell me. I probably can figure it out. I just have to look for that reminder again.
何でも聞いて。私に分かることだといいけど。
Okay, it's December 25th of 2020. That is when I approximately started streaming. So the 25th is like probably the most approximate date I can get of when I started streaming.
もしも、あくまでもしもの話ね。いい？進んだ先に待つのが底なしの真っ暗な穴だと分かってても、私たちは歩き続けなきゃダメなのかな。ごめんね、変なことを聞いてるのは分かってる。実はちょっと怖い夢を見たの。それ。
This is a very ominous question. Not that you shouldn't ask, but I have a bad feeling about this.
ちゃんと答えるよ。ちょっと時間もあるし、思い出話をしていい？ちっちゃい頃、よく遊んでた場所に崖があったんだ。下の方に綺麗な花がいっぱい咲いてたから、しょっちゅう寝そべって覗き込んでたの。結構高いところだったし、もちろん怖かったけどね。それがある時、崖のそばで足を滑らせちゃって、あって思ったけど、崖の下はふかふかの芝生だったから、ちょっとお尻が痛かったくらいで済んだの。あの頃の私はむしろ綺麗なお花を近くで見れて喜んでたくらい。あの時は運が良かったなーって、そのことをずっと覚えてたんだけど、大きくなってからもう一度崖に行ってみたら、ただの土手だったんだよね。だからなんていうか、今の私たちが奈落だと思ってるものも、未来になって振り返ったら小さな土手かもしんないよね。でもそれがわかるのは、
I feel like this conversation will have impact about something she will do later. I don't know. It's just usually when this happens, usually it's because someone's asking about something that they're gonna do later. So, yeah.
迷ってる時はとにかく進んでみるのがいいんじゃないかなって。ちょっと強引だけどね。そっか。ありがとう。また。ごめん、よく聞こえなかった。また心配かけてごめんねって言ったの。いい年して高いとこから落ちる夢で怖がってるなんて情けないわよね。大丈夫。いざとなったら私が受け止めてあげるから。こう見えて文学祭に入ってからこっそりトレーニングしてたからね。竣工くらいなら受け止められるよ。
It's okay. Worst case scenario is I catch you and I lose my balance and we both fall back. I fall backwards. It's the worst case. But I will catch you. I will not miss catching you. Will I land? Will I stick the landing? That's a whole other question, but usually it's pretty okay.
だから今度怖い夢を見たときは 何があっても受け止めてくれる後輩がいるって思い出して、きっと怖くなくなるから。リン、きっとよ。また悪夢を見てた時はきっとあなたが来て私を受け止めてくれるって信じてる。あなたがそばにいてくれたら私、太陽にだって触れちゃいそう。実はね、また会ったわね、かわいい後輩ちゃん。あんたが出てくる直前、春子が何か言いかけてたんだけど。そうなんだ、偶然。私もあなたに話があったのよね。ねえ、この子が何に悩んでるのか知りたくない？私が教えてあげてもいいわよ。ズバリ生命圏の秘密について。生命圏の内側には2つの不思議なエネルギーが渦巻いてるの。どちらも同じくらい強大で同じくらい破壊的な力なんだけど。
I kind of want to call her something else when in white mode. We could call her something else, but we need like, I don't know, we gotta come up with a name. What do we want to call her?
それらは絶えず争ってる。そうね、剣の中で延々と2人の人間が決闘してるって想像してみて。この2人の終わらない決闘が暴力的なエネルギーの本流を生み出し続ける。うっかり外に漏れちゃえば辺りを顧みない2人の決闘はとんでもない災害を引き起こすわ。力の規模で考えたら旧と陥落とそう変わらない大惨事になるでしょうね。
Oh, that is not very good. The sword name plus 1 at the end. Oh my god, that is so long!
さて、じゃあこのエネルギーを外で暴れさせないためには
I don't even remember the name of the sword.
答えは第三者を用意する。いわばレフェリーをあてがう感じになるわね。この第三者の存在によってぶつかり合う2つの力は微妙な均衡を保てるわ。もしエネルギーが漏れ出すことがあっても第三者に吸収されることで外には影響しないってわけ。そうして第三者はかつてないほどの力を得る。それって賢いあなたならもう分かってるわよね。
Sword is called... Oh god, I can't say it! This is why I never called the sword by its actual name! I can't... well, I can try and say it, it just sounds really bad. But, yeah. Thank you, I appreciate it.
生命圏の剣士こそがその第三者。
That is so long. I can't. It's not even easy for me to remember. Too bad you ain't Mandarin speaker. Yes, I unfortunately do not speak Mandarin, so like, my pronunciation is shit. I mean, in general, my pronunciation for Cantonese is pretty bad, so it wouldn't be any. I'm gonna head out for bed. Good night, everyone. Good night, Cillian. Have a good sleep. Chang Ming Quan.
命剣の力の本質は代々の剣士が自分の命や力、持っている全てを捧げることにある。ぶつかり合う2つのエネルギーを沈めて外の世界をめちゃくちゃにしないためにね。万が一剣士がこの役目を放棄すれば、その負担を今度はみんなが負わなきゃいけなくなるわ。だからこの子は何があっても生命権を手放さない。
Oh wait, no, it would be Shimin Guan, right?
それが世界を危険にさらすことだと分かってるから。一途にみんなを守りたいと願う女の子がそんな決断できるわけがないわよね。だからこの子は自分を犠牲にし続けるしかない。知らなかった。そんなの無理もないわよ。これはずっと隠されてきた雲岳山の秘密。ちなみにあのイーシェンだって知らないわ。表向き伝わってるのは必ずや生命権の剣士を見出し雲岳山の栄誉を汚すことなかれなんていう曖昧な教えだけ。ま、英雄が実は生贄でしたなんて口が裂けても言えないわよね。でもどうしてそんな秘密私に？
Oh, some of her voice lines are missing. It's okay. It's not a big deal.
つまりこれは SOS ってわけ。
I was like 3 so far in total that there wasn't, but that's just very sparse.
あなたの春光先輩はきっとみんなを助けるために生命権を振るい続ける。自分を犠牲にしてね。でも私はまだまだ生きてたいから。私の命を何とも思わない奴らがどうなろうと知ったこっちゃないわよね。今からでもこの子に生命権の力を使わせないようにできれば私たちは2人とも助かるってわけ。もちろんあなたが熱っぽく説得してあの子自ら生命権を手放してくれたらそれが私を助けてくれるでしょ。それかこの子を助けるためでもいいからね。もちろん2人のことは助けたいけど簡単に約束はできないよ。大事なことだしちゃんと春光本人と話さなきゃ。言ったっけ？私あなたの真剣な顔結構気に入ってるのよね。だからこそそこには危うさもあるわけだけどこの子はあなたを大切に思ってる。イーシェンや楊釈園そして他の仲間たちと同じ。もしかしたらそれ以上に。でも過ぎた愛情は呪いであり罠よ。
No! Don't say those words! No, man. I don't talk about this, but I slightly also have PTSD from Jujutsu Kaisen. Mostly this line here, love is a curse. Because if you've ever watched Jujutsu Kaisen or read it, if you've ever read Volume 0 or watched the movie for Volume 0, that is the main thing. Or those are the line. That is the part of the longer explanation, the line of that particular movie for and also Volume 0.
いつかこの子は破滅してしまうでしょうね。
Love is a curse. Mirai should know she loves a chat and chat empties her pantry. True. That is true.
今のは余計だったかも。とにかく私は真剣だから。ただ一方的に助けてもらうのもあれだし、一つだけこの場で質問に答えてあげていいわよ。一つ。さて、かわいい後輩ちゃん、私に聞いておきたいことはある？じゃあずっと聞きたかったんだけど、あんたと春光は本当のところどういう関係なの？どっちも陽春光って言われても結構違うじゃん。黒髪の陽釈炎は見たことがあるでしょ。多分この兄弟が生まれながらに持ってる資質なのね。でも陽釈炎とこの子には違いがあって、私と散々おしゃべりして分かってると思うけど、白いこの子は生命権の剣士として認められたくて聞き分けのいい妹弟子を演じてたけど、内心では普通の女の子らしく生きたいって思ってた。私はそんなこの子のもっと強烈で現実的な部分なの。欲望とか本能とか、もっと平たく言うと、この子がいつも抑え込んでる人間性。
Yeah, so okay, so we do get confirmation about her white mode and what it represents. It's basically all the things that you want to be that you try to hide away from people, or the things that you want.
意外でしょ？こんな見た目してるから普通もっと神様みたいな存在だって思うわよね。ところが逆もいいとこなの。まあ人間って理解できないものをすぐそういうカテゴリーに入れがちだから無理もないけど、残念ながら私はそこまで偉大な存在じゃないし、崇拝されるのもまっぴら。犠牲になることが運命で決まってて、最後に死が待ってるのが規定路線なら、私は何としてでも抗ってみせる。誰にも私の運命を決めさせない。あの忌まわしい生命権にも、偽善者面した雲岳さんにだってまあいいわ。楽しい夜の仰せもそろそろお開き。次に会えるのを楽しみにしてるわね、かわいい後輩ちゃん。
Very fun. Oh.
「思い出せてよかった。リンをがっかりさせたくないもの。
Walk my tush.
次は砂糖大さじ3。3？本当に3で合
Oh
ってる？
no! She's forgetting! She literally made this at the beginning of the story! Literally, we started out eating this. That's how... No! This is bad! It hasn't even been that long! She's forgetting things!
違う。色
Guys, this is bad.
さっきまでちゃんと覚えてたんだけどな。
This is so bad. Ah!
だって数えきれないくらい作ったのに。頭が痛い。きっとまたいろんなことを忘れちゃったんだ。私いつかリンの顔さえ思い出せなくなるのかな。そんなの絶対嫌。大丈夫。忘れちゃったらもう一回覚えればいいんだから。
Or once a desire is met, it's forgotten to be replaced by the next desire. Example, you're hungry, you desire food, you go and eat something. Now you're full and your desire to eat is forgotten, replaced by the next desire, whatever may poop into your eyes. Yeah. I just think it's just so bad because, like, at the beginning of the story, Wise and Belle were trying the cake, and we were talking about it. And at least from her dialogue, it seems like she's made this multiple times. So then the fact that she can't remember it now, and it hasn't been that long since the beginning, and us talking about it in general, I'm just like, ooh, this is not good. Especially because if you do something often enough, it's like you don't have to look at something anymore because you memorized it, right? So this is no bueno. Also, the sword doesn't really help make it any better because either it's making you forget things faster, or basically the side effect of you losing your memory or having fucked up your memories is not very helpful either, so, you know.
10回忘れたら11回覚えるの。そうすればきっと思い出せる。
I'm already very forgetful sometimes. Imagine if I had the sword. It'd be so bad. I'd basically just have, like, what is it called? I'm trying to think of what's it called, but I don't remember what it is off the top of my head.
リン、もし私がいなくなっても。
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called right now.
私のこと覚えててくれる？
Baby Belle, oh my god! Tiny child! Look at them! They're so cute! Oh my god, look! Baby! Look at her! Baby! Baby! Look at her! She baby! Look at this! This is so cute! It's you! I know. So tiny. So tiny and so cute.
ねえ、どうして泣いてるの？お母さんがくれたオルゴール壊れちゃったの。お母さんも帰ってこない。泣かないで。私、物を直すの得意なんだ。ありがとう。まだ元気ないね。困ってるなら私に教えて。目の前にあるのが底なしの真っ暗な穴でも、私たち歩き続けなきゃダメなのかな。それなんだか難しいね。ちょっと待ってて。ここで売ってるはずなんだけどな。
Oh my god, the baby steps, so cute. 金木犀の飴、あの子が好きそう。 Wow, I'm also having osmanthus candy. Damn. Osmanthus flavored everything is just it's just a thing. I see. All right, Zhongli, you'd be proud of me. I'm just having everything flavored with osmanthus.
ありがとう。甘くて美味しい。さっきの質問だけど、私もよくわかんない。でも前にね、綺麗なお花を見ようとして私崖から落ちたことがあったの。大丈夫だったの？お尻が痛かっただけ。下は柔らかい草だったから。前に行ってみないとわからないことってあるよね。案外怖くなかったりしてさ。じゃあ底なしの穴だって本当は怖くないかもしれないのね。ちょっと分かった気がする。ありがとう。
It's so cute. I get to see children, tiny babies. They're so cute. I love seeing people as kids. It's great. I love when I get to see my character as children. It's so great.
起こしちゃった。前に金木犀のケーキを食べようって約束したでしょ。だからちょっと作ってみたんだけど。あれ、私たちお昼に食べなかったっけ？ごめん。私の手作りを食べさせてあげる約束のつもりだったのよね。
Nope, I have to be honest.
正直に言って、俊子。昼間のこと忘れちゃったの？記憶に何かあったんだね。私。
No, you gotta be honest with me, girl. Don't lie. Don't you dare lie to me in my face. I'd rather you just tell me.
体のことなら隠し事はなし。約束したよね。ごめん。確かにいくつか忘れちゃってることがあるみたい。いつから兆候があったかわかる？前に生命剣を使った時？ううん。実はずっと前から。私たちが長期兵で出会う前から兆候はあったの。
Oh, it's so pretty.
あの時は毎日日記をつけてその日にあったことを暗記するようにしてた。何もかも大丈夫なふりをするために。だってもうどうしようもないことだから、みんなに知られたって余計な心配をかけちゃうだけ。私を心配したお兄ちゃんが何をしようとしたか見たわよね。もう誰にも私のことで迷惑をかけたくない。ごめんね、ずっと隠してて。でもあの約束は絶対に守るから。守るから。このことはしばらくみんなに内緒にして。師匠たちにもちゃんと話すわ。ただもうちょっとだけ時間が欲しいの。分かった。私からは言わないでおく。でもこれみんなに話すのは春光の準備ができてからでいいから。心配をかけるとかじゃなくて、直すためのきっかけになるかもしれないでしょ。ね。うん、ありがとう。やっぱりあなたといると安心だな。いい？春光。どんな時だって。
Am I gonna be sad by the end of this? I feel like I'm gonna be sad. Something's gonna happen, then I may just bawl my eyes out. Not bawl my eyes out, but I might just cry later because they're setting it up. I'm not gonna be okay later, am I? 私だって本当は打ち明けたかったんだから。それで言うと、リン、実はね。Oh no. ここにも急いで外を確認しなきゃ。Do we have tissues or what we are out of stock? No, I got tissues on me. I'm good. Can I just say, no, not the flowers! Get out of here! Shoot! Shoot! Leave! Get out of here!
どうやら時が来たようだ。楊春光。
陸老師？
私は言ったな。生命権は雲岳さんの財産。様辻に使うべきではない。ではいつ抜くのか。古の予言にはこう記されている。闇が地を覆い、万物は
Oh my god, this This guy needs to stop talking. Every time he talks, he gets me medged. I chuck people.
不行を呼び覚ますであろう。剣士よ、お主の立つべき時が来たのだ。生命の力でこの長期兵を救い、雲岳山の栄光を取り戻すのだ。
わかってます。
No, don't listen to this old man. That's bullshit.
一旦あの人の言うことは聞かなくていいから。まずはみんなと合流して、これからどうするか相談しよう。
白卓の道は独行にあらず。変転せし運命が影のごとく寄り添い。家福は相見たがい。光と闇は共にある。彼女の道を阻むでない。雲岳山の剣士として生命剣を使うこと、それこそが要天命に背いてはならぬ。
ごめんなさい。何言ってるのかわかんない。春光の運命は春光が決めるものでしょ。春光、外の様子を見に行かなくちゃ。裏口から出れるはずだからついてきて。一緒に行こう。敵闘艦の外にもミヤズマが
Bro,
広がって
you
た
need
ら、
to chuck this old guy
長
somewhere.
期兵の人たちにも
You
被
need to
害が。
lock him up somewhere so then he doesn't speak. Oh my god! I'm seeing so many people I know! Look at everyone! The squad's here. Look at this! Wow, the entirety of the squad is here. Let's go! Let's go. The entire Spook Shack is here. I also like the height difference. It's like you have one side of like on each side of Monato, they match their height, and then Monato is like the tallest right in the middle. Game Spook Shack has Avengers assembled. True, we just need more people, and then I can throw in the meme of Avengers Assemble. Oh my god, is this literally like season 1 at the end? Where section 6, and then we have everyone else also coming together? Oh my god. Please.
Oh.
Of course he is. That is true. You guys probably could do a more coordinated and better job than they could. You know, not everyone, but like a good majority of them. Oh, yo, look at him. Look at him. Let's go. I see more people. Do I need to pull out the actual Avengers Assemble now, soon? Can I, like, pull out the green screen and wait to press the button? Oh my god, is this like the are we in the big like not finale, but the crescendo of like season 2? Which I think is kind of interesting if this is, because if this is kind of like where the end of season 1 has, where you have Section 6 fighting Big Boss with everyone else there to help as backup. If we're having this now, that'll be interesting to see what happens in the rest of the season, or is this like basically the end of the season? That would be interesting. So, or if you want to call it arc, then yeah. And then Yanagi, Hamasu, and Sokaku show up chasing Miyagi. True. But yeah. Because like this only happened at the end of last arc / season, right at the end. So I'm interested to see if this is like the end or close to the end of this season / this arc for Five Peninsula. So we'll see. Because that just means that we get to move on to other stuff, if that may be, or you know, we're getting kind of to like another part of this too. So we'll see. I'm excited. I'm excited! Damn. I'm excited but also nervous because I'm like, I'm gonna be sad at the end, but also I'm like excited because I get to see people again. Let's go. Let's go. They're everywhere. This is gross. Oh, did we do it? Oh yeah, let's go! Good job! Let's go, let's go!
こうなったら雲岳さんの弟子一同で長期兵の黒い花を片付けちゃいましょう。ただそれだけじゃフォローの拡張までは止まりませんよね。今のところ原因はラマニアンフォローの中みたい
Alright,
です
we gotta go back in the hollow and kick some butt!
私がフォローに入ってラマニアンの黒い花を片付けるわ。生命圏は異常なミアズマに特別効果があるみたい。前回もそうだったもの。
Alright, if you're going in, we're dragging our butts with you.
でもそれじゃ春光ちゃんの体が。大丈夫だよ、お姉さん。もう一回やったことがあるし、あの方法を使えば体は何ともないんだから。リンなら一緒にフォローへ入った時に見てるから知ってるわよね。
No, why? Why do I have to be? Why do I have to do this? She's not wrong, but it's also not that great. Choose wisely.
黒い花を浄化したけど
Ugh.
副作用はないみたいだったよ。
副作用など気にしておる場合か。生命権の剣士として果たすべき責務に変わりはない。
Oh my god, can this man just...
あれ、リクロウ氏も春光ちゃんがフォローに入るのは反対してませんでしたっけ？
時と場合というものがある。あの時はまだ彼女が出るまでもなかったというだけだ。今こそその時なのだ。今動ける弟子たちでは長期兵の花を処理するだけで手一杯だろう。フォローに入って調査する余裕はない。だが楊春光、お主には宮妻を切り裂く生命権がある。フォローへと入り、この異常の原因を突き止め、皆のためにこの災難を止めねばならぬ。これはお主の責任であり使命でもある。
でもお師匠様は何度も春光ちゃんをもう危険な目に遭わせないようにって。
この場にお師さんがいてくれればな。
リクロウ氏の言う通り、雲岳さんもこれ以上の人手は避けません。でも春光ちゃんたちだけでフォローに入るのは。じゃあザオちゃんが一緒なら。
Alright, the squad comes back together to go back in the hollow again, I see.
僕も手伝うよ。
Oh, let's go! You're back! Let's go! I like how I'm more hyped about a Bangmo coming back. Let's go! You leave!
ザオさん、それにロックスプリングもあなたたちも来てくれたのね。状況は聞いたよ。緊急事態だからこの子も一緒に連れてきちゃった。基本モジュールの修復はほぼ終わってる。
僕はあのホローエリアの異常なミアズマについてある程度理解している。きっと役に立てるはずだ。
Thank you, my friend.
前もこうやってラマニアンフォローに入って無事に帰ってこられたんだもん。みんな安心して。それにあの時ラマニアンフォローに入ったら生命権が共鳴したこと、ザオちゃんはずっと何かあるって睨んでるんだよね。そういう意味でもラマニアンフォローの原因を突き止めるのに春光ちゃんと生命権は欠かせないと思うな。
僕もそう思う。ホロー内のあのエリアにある黒い花を一掃できれば異変も止まるかもしれない。
I swear every frame with Fufu in it when I actually pay attention to stream has her sad. Is this the sad Fufu arc? Maybe. She's been quite sad recently because of what's been
私た
happening.
ちは残って黒い花の処理をしますから、皆さんはフォローで異変の原因を探してください。
それなら僕と筆頭女子で始まりの主のことを調べてみよ
時間もありませんし、早速行動しましょう。春光ちゃん、必ず無事に戻ってきてくださいね。そうちゃん、さっきはああ言ったけど、実際君の体は耐えられるのかな。本当にダメそうなら早めに言っといた方がいいよ。私のことを心配してくれてるのよね。ありがとう、ザオさん。本当に大丈夫だから。わかんないな。どうしてわざわざ自分に不利な条件を飲んじゃったの？春光ちゃんは生命権に選ばれた人。別になこっちっていうのはよくわからないけど、私みんなの役に立ちたいから。雲岳さんや長期兵の人たちのためになりたい。さっきみたいにみんなが怯えたり苦しんでる姿なんてもう見たくないの。だって私には力があるんだもの。陸老師の言う通り、これは生命権の剣士としての責任だから。変なの。まあいっか。プロ騎士が何か言いたいみたいだから、ザオちゃんたちはあっちに行ってるね。あんまり時間はないから巻きでよろしく。
Alright, well, shit's gonna go down soon.
私に言いたいことって？春光のみんなを助けたいって気持ちはわかるし、その選択は尊重するよ。で、春光は私にとってすごく大切な先輩。春光が誰かを助けて嬉しい気持ちになったら、その時は私も嬉しいし、逆に傷つくことがあったら私も同じようにいたいって感じてる。だからね、前にも約束したけど絶対に無理しちゃダメだよ。春光の友達として、仲間として、プロ騎士として、春光にはもっと自分を大切にしてほしいって思ってるから。うん、ありがとう。きっとそうするわ。こんなこと言うのはちょっと恥ずかしいんだけど、私にとってもリンは大切な人だから。
Oh, I forgot to tell you guys that during like Christmas time, I hung out with some people. I don't know why I just remembered this right now. I just did for some reason. I went to a shopping center a little like further away from where I live. And they had the store where they had a bunch of like artists kind of put their art in there, and they were selling a bunch of like fan arts and other merch from other like different like gacha games and other types of stuff. It's basically like a store and you rent space for your artwork pretty much, and the entire thing was just like essentially like the equivalent of like the artist alleyway at a convention but inside a store instead. So I ended up buying 2 prints and I'm like, I'm so happy. I took a long time because a lot of them had like merch for like most of the gacha games we play, except I didn't see a whole lot. I don't usually see a lot of people doing prints or either like other merch for like WoA, or at least like ever since I started playing WoA. So when I found like one of the artists in that store that sells WoA prints, I immediately bought one. I got one of Matrix Guy. I would have gotten other characters, but they didn't have some of the male characters I liked. I'm back. Sorry, I actually heard a sound and I didn't turn on background music for you guys. Sorry. I forgot to do that. My bad. Sorry. Oh no, Mirai, heard me raiding the pantry again. Somebody distract her so I can run away. Like, I know who. I did hear you guys. But yeah, sorry. I heard some sounds and I just wanted to check because I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't anything serious or nothing, but it's all good. Because I thought people were asleep, so I was just like, that's kind of weird. I can hear sounds. I shouldn't be hearing sounds other than myself because people are asleep. So yeah, sorry about that. But where was I? Oh yes. I got some fan art of Matrix Guy for WoA because out of all the characters there, most of them were dudes, but all the characters that I thought, at least that were there, I feel like were more popular, and there was a higher chance that if I did find someone else that did WoA like fan art or other kind of merch stuff, would do other characters, because Jian was also there. But I was like, out of the two, I feel like most likely I would find Jian again in some shape or form, whether it's like fan art or like a keychain or something else. So then that's why I got Matrix Guy instead, which is really nice. It's like super cute and stuff like that. So I liked it. Also, it kind of prevented me from literally buying anything and everything in that store, like actually, and also it was quite expensive too, so some of the stuff, so that too. And then I also got a print of Boot Hill. I was going to get a print of Aventurine, but I already have Aventurine as like a pin, like as a keychain on my keys. So then I was like, oh, I should get like prints or other things of other characters that I like, to kind of like spread out my love for my characters. But that same artist also had other prints for like Genshin characters and other characters, but I was like, yeah, I need to limit myself to a certain amount of things I can get, or else I'm gonna spend all my money and be broke. So I said, limit to 3 things only and nothing else. So I walked out with only 2 things, so that was good. But one of the artists in that store, literally, they had an entire like section, like one of those rolling, like those spinning kind of display cases with keychains. She had like an entire one side of the spinning display. They were all keychains of the characters, but like in like as like chibi little characters. Like one entire one was dedicated to one gacha game, and she had every single like playable gacha character as a keychain. I like looked at the Genshin and Triple Z aside, and it was every single playable character as a mini chibi keychain, and I'm like, god damn it. Like there's literally everyone and anyone you could want as the playable characters in these gacha games, and they're all here as keychains, and I'm like, damn. And they were not cheap. They were like, I think $20 to $30, and I'm like, damn. My wallet would be broke. But I just remember that for some reason. My brain just remembered it, so yeah, that happened. See, my memory is just as bad as hers. Like, I randomly remembered this as a thing I wanted to talk about and mention, and I mentioned it now, like, literally, like, weeks later. I'm bleh. My memory badge. But I guess if I told you it all now, like before, I wouldn't have anything to tell you guys later. So, I guess it's not all bad, but still, it's pretty bad. I know this dude that makes triple Z characters shaped like bamboo into keychains. Yes, I've seen a lot of artwork of that. I think I've seen a couple of stuff, like a couple artists do that. They're so cute. I love it. It's great. I also like the store because some of the artists that put their stuff on display in the store do certain like more, some of them do more like either original stuff, like there's this entire one artist that did a bunch of like keychains and other like stickers and stuff, all like cats. They're like they had an entire sticker shelf with like chonky cats, cats with big muscle arms, long cats. It was so cute. So there's some like original stuff there too, but also like in terms of other like things for other artists. Like this one artist did a lot of more like older series, like around High School Host Club, or like series that are not as popular here in North America, like Gintama. That's a comedy anime that I've mentioned a couple times that is more popular in Japan. We here in North America do not like comedy for some reason, or Japanese comedy anyways. It's hard to understand, so I get that. But still, so there's that and stuff like that. There's just a lot more. There was a decent amount of variety, except for like gacha game, like fan art and keychains and other merch stuff. There was also a lot of original stuff and other series as well mixed into it, so it's good. Mirai and the lighter bamboo keychain. Yes, I would. Alright, I get to go back and do stuff again. Let's go. I'm back. Alright, let's do this.
何これ。春光ちゃんは見えてるのはザオちゃんだけか
What
と思
the
ってた
frick
けど。
am I looking at?
この球体どっかで見た気がするんだけど、どこだったかな。
僕が間違っていなければ君たちは高濃度のミヤズマに影響されて集団幻覚を起こしてるんだと思う。ボンプである僕は何も見えないしね。
やっぱり幻なんだこれ。すっごく不気味ね。あの球体の中からなんだかすごく危ないものが生まれてこようとしてる。そんな気がするの。
Probably.
ザオちゃんもどうか。不気味で不吉でなんだかバッチリ感じがするね。
愛すべき我が子よ。あとどれだけ持ちこたえられる。この望みなき泥沼の中でなぜもがき続ける。諦めろ。お前の存在は最初から美しい過ちだった。それを正そうとするお前の行動はより大きな過ちだ。
ねえ、なんか変な声がしない？私にも聞こえた。でもなんだか聞いたことのある声。うん、これはザオちゃんたち自身の声だね。前にダイヤちゃんとバンガク先生が言ってたんだ。ラマニアンホローの中で自分にそっくりの不気味な声が聞こえたって。
Oh, very fun. You love it. Now everyone else gets to hear themselves talk.
でも私、あの時は何も聞こえなかったんだよね。それに今私が聞いた声も全然私のじゃなくて、それこそサラの声みたいだった。ここのミヤズマが特別濃いからかもしれないね。それかこの場所と君に何か特別なつながりがあるのかも。先生の幻を見てたのもここだったわけだし。こんな小細工ザオちゃんには通用しないんだから。みんなどんなことを言われたの？心の奥にある弱いところをピンポイントでツンツンしてくる感じかな。本物の絶望を味わったことのある人なら比べようもないけどね。春子、どうしたの？大丈夫。ちょっとクラッと来ただけ。さっきの変な幻覚のせいかもね。
人間の体なら幻覚を見た後の一時的な混乱はよくあることだよ。
この感じだと前に片付けた異常なミヤズマはやっぱり氷山の一角だったのかも。ホローの拡大が一瞬止まった
You
だけな
don't
の
have
も
to. I had a thought. I don't want it to happen. So I'm not going to say it out loud, but I will think about it for a solid second.
今やホローが長期兵まで
And
迫
that's
ってる
about
の
it.
も
I shall now leave.
街に現れた黒いお花の生徒見て間違いないね。
Because I don't want Karma to come back and get me, so we shall leave it.
街のみんながこのミヤズマに長くさらされたら考えただけでゾッとするわね。急いで浄化しなきゃ。 うん。でも体にはちゃんと気を配ってね。
落ち着いて。僕のメモリが正しければこの先に遠距離射撃型のセキュリティメカが配置されているはずだ。まずはあいつの視界から隠れないと。
Oh, very fun.
早く黒い花のところ行かないと。あ、見つかった。
Very
この
fun.
ままタイミングを見て攻撃が地面に当たる前に通り抜けましょう。
Oh, come on.
この
That's
セ
so
キュリティ
awkward.
メカ、わざと私たちが近寄れないようにしてない？まるでこの工場を守ってるみたい。俊子、体の調子はどう？具合が悪かったら言ってね。無理しちゃダメだよ。うん、平気よ。問題ないわ。
Oh god.
前に気づいた生命圏のあの力を試してみようかな。
急いであの遠距離射撃型のセキュリティメカを停止させないと。
どうしてこんなところにセキュリティメカがいるの？
多分僕と同じ何かの理由で捨てられ隔絶されたここに流れ着いたんだろう。侵食されてこの工場を守るべきものだと思ってる。悲しくて滑稽だ。
広き乾燥の知らせ。
There we go.
よっちゃここは私がと
Oh.
安心しなさいよね。ほっよっじゃあほっ開花。白く乾燥な白き虹が弧を描き日輪を貫く。はぁよっほっはっよっここは私が
My waiting. I didn't press the button. I pressed it. There we go. That should be enough. Oh, what? It's on one health. Come on. Bro, when you mean it lives on one health. That's so dumb.
この血をもって魂をちぎる。散れ。やっぱりコアの黒いお花を消せば異常なミヤズマも一緒に消えるんだね。これでよしと。それもう動かないでよ。ほんのちょっとの間でいいからこのままでいさせて。もう一回私が出てきて何とかしないといけないなんて、これせっかく疲れるわね。少しくらいご褒美がないとやってられないわ。 うでしょリン。正直もう手伝ってくれないと思ってたからちょっとびっくりしてるけどね。私だって気は進まないけどしょうがないじゃない。この子が本気なんだから。ほんとついてないわよね。私とこの子は一蓮托生。放っておいて、もし万が一のことがあったら可愛い後輩ちゃんに二度と会えなくなっちゃうもんね。とはいえ私の力にも限界はあるから。前に
Things are looking
大丈夫？
bad and
異常なミアズマ
sour.
の情報負担が大きいよね。他の方法を考えようか。
Oh, I need to stretch a little bit.
大丈夫よ。ちょっと疲れただけ。私の体のことは私が一番よくわかってるから。
Thank you for the hydrate.
それに感じるの。生命圏がこのエリアの何かとかすかに共鳴してるみたい。ザオさんが言ってたみたいに生命圏とラマニアンフォローの異常に関係
Sippy
があ
from
るな
thy
ら
cuppy. Yes, I
天使で
will.
ある私にしかできないことがあるは
Thank
ず。
you for the stretch up.
これは私の責任だから逃げちゃダメだし。
Ah, there we go. Okay. Next stretch.
でもそれにしたって代償が重すぎるよ。自分の体を犠牲にしてまでやらなきゃいけない責任なんて。リンは覚えてる？前に長期兵をブラブラした時、街角にはコーヒーの香りが漂ってて、子供たちの楽しそうな笑い声がひっきりなしに響いてたわ。のんびり麻雀を楽しむ人たち、美味しい淡水やもちもちの甘い天津、どれも平凡で、だからこそ本当の幸せだった。できることならあの幸せを守ってあげたい。少なくともやれるだけやってみたいの。自分が何をしたいのかこんなにはっきりしてることなんて今までなかったから。
でもね、春子ちゃん、君が守ろうとしてるみんなのほとんどは君が命を削って自分たちを守ろうとしてることはおろか、その存在さえも知らないんだよ。それでも頑張るの？
頑張るに決まってるじゃない。見返りが欲しいからじゃない。ただ私がそうしたいからしてるってだけだもの。
まあいっか。実際に救われる誰かがいるだけマシだよね。とりあえずここの異常なミアズマの調査を再開しよっか。ロックスプリング、そっちに何か手がかりはある？
僕のメモリが正しければ工場の内部にはより多量の異常なミアズマがあるはずだ。そこにもコアがあるかもしれない。
じゃあ先に進もう。
This is not gonna turn out great, and I hate it, but I still
何
gotta
があ
do
っても
things.
安全第一だからね。この前の約束
Oh, whoa. Why am I getting a panoramic view? This way. Where are we going? That way. Oh, behind me.
凍れる川を砕く雪を前へさばやあラオさん氷の心安心しなさいよね
Oh. There we go. Nice.
なんだろうこの変な像そもそもどうしてこんなとこに
以下の脱走者を指名手配対象第二警備隊元隊長レオナルド・アントノ第一工場責任者ジュリア・コリャチェバ元技術統括責任者サンブ指名手配者及びその他脱走者の情報を把握している者は速やかに領主司令部または第一警備隊に報告せ有益な情報提供者には報酬が与え
Isn't
られ
that Sunbringer?
手配者と私的に接触または幇助した者は同様に脱走者とみなし処罰
心を研ぎ澄ませば剣を
That recording was about Sunbringer, wasn't it? There's no other person that we've talked about in this chapter has that part, and why would you bring that up? That just sounds very odd. Is this very fun? What? What is legit? What? Oh god. This is very fun. Oh look, the new Federation of Triple Z is in the sky. Rise! What is this? Oh my god. Okay, so there's just floating island above New Eridu. Okay. And Lady Sunbringer had. Well, it seems like the people there liked her a lot, and vice versa, it seems. Oh, come, no! And down comes the triple set Calcharo, only to not get a character sprite in here. Well, the story's about Sunbringer, so let's see.
前にも話した通り、ミス・サンブリンガーは人類を誰よりも深く愛していた。しかしその愛はそれに見合うだけの愛や尊敬を彼女に返してはくれなかった。今やラマニアンホローは工事の産地として知られ、その工事は高齢石から生み出されるけど、その昔人々が高齢石の価値に気づくずっと前からミス・サンブリンガーはその研究を始めていた。高齢石から抽出した物質がエーテル侵食に対して効果的なことを発見すると、彼女は当時の人々を率いて採掘を始めたんだ。でも人はいろんな理由で争いを起こす。ミス・サンブリンガーはあまりにも目立ちすぎて反感を買ったのか、それとも単純に気に食わないと思われたのか。ある日彼女は僕らの目の前にある鉱山の地下で巨大な縦穴を見つけたんだ。その中には彼女の求めるより多くの秘密が隠されてるようだった。そしてミス・サンブリンガー自らこの穴に入って調査しようとしたことで、彼女を妬む者たちに好機を与えてしまった。彼らは彼女を亡き者にしようと企み、そして物語はここで唐突に終わりを迎える。最後に残された記録は溢れ出した宮妻に全てが飲み込まれた。それまで
Why does this always happen? So I feel bad for her. Like, she genuinely just wanted to help people and do things, and then people just said, "Fuck you!" Haha. So, hey, I don't blame her. She pissed, man. I too would if I was her. But that just is really sad. That means the reason why she's MIA or dead is because of these people, pretty much, that just decide to do this for whatever reason that they had. It's probably not a good reason anyways. But, bro, that's stupid. Also, she basically made bangos, essentially. Well, she basically did. She's the first void hunter, and she basically made bangos. If they didn't exist, dang, I wouldn't have these cute little things to look at, man. I thank her.
じゃあミス・サンブリンガーは結局どうなったの？
僕の知る限りでは行方不明らしい。
Okay, so we have no still missing, which that lore video about the Void Hunter still was like, you know, when they mentioned her, they just mentioned she was really good. She did the funny thing on the moon, and that's about it. I don't think that they even mention anything else. Like I said, the only people that we know 100% about something about them is either I forgot his name, but the guy that has to do with mapping out hollows and stuff, because it has to do with Professor Helios, I believe that's his name, which has to do with their teacher, and then Miyabi's mom. Which are the only two people that we know anything about what happened to them. Everyone else is MIA or dead, which I hate this. Even here it's very like, she just went missing. I'm like, tell me. I want to know.
ただミス・サンブリンガーの消失に関しては別のパターンも伝わってる。さらに多くの高齢石を採掘すべく坑道を掘り進めたところ、ラマニアンホローが突然激しく拡張しだしたというものだ。その最悪の中で彼女は人々を救うべく奔走したようだけど、 生き残った人たちは逆に彼女こそが原因だと非難したらしい。工事を掘りすぎたことがフォローの怒りに触れ
So either way, they still abused the fact that she was very nice to them, helped them, and then they just turn their backs on her and just say fuck you, regardless of whichever version of the story is correct or incorrect or has some truth to it. They still just said, we backstab you.
もちろんどちらのパターンもただの噂だ。本当のことなんてもう誰にもわからない。僕た
もしその噂が本当だとしたら、ザオちゃんたちの目の前にある鉱山にその縦穴があるかもってことだよね。この場所がサンブリンガーと関係してるなら、異常なミャズマに彼女も絡んでたりして。
実は僕もそう考えてた。多分僕がここをさまよう理由なんだろう。なんとなくわかるんだ。創造主の気配とでも言うのかな。愛していた人々からそうした仕打ちを受けた後、ミス・サンブリンガーが一転して人類の敵になったとしても、それは当然のことだろう。
大好きな人たちに裏切られて闇落ちか。まあよくある話ではあるけど。
I was gonna say, if somehow they do the funny we resurrect you or bring back the shadow of you to use you as a big boss fight, that would be cool. That means I get to see her. But also, like, that is the worst thing ever. Don't ever do that. But do I feel like they would do that? Or more specifically, do I think Sarah would do that? Yeah, probably she would.
でもミス・サンブリンガーは初代移ろ狩りの一人でしょ。なのにそんなことって。
移ろ狩りなんてただのバッジと称号だもん。それをつけてるからって人間の気まぐれな本質までは変わらないよ。
I'm seeing a trend here where we're talking about people not treating other people like people, and there people having certain titles. It's not like we have been talking about this with someone else.
ザオさん、そのなんて言えばいいのかな。あなたの人間に対する見方って随分悲観的なのね。
人と人をつなぐ一番確かなつながりは結局価値があるかどうかだから。そうでしょ。サンブリンガーを亡き者にしようとした人たちだって、その中で彼女の価値がプラスからマイナスになったんだもん。そしてサンブリンガー当人も彼らの本性を見抜いたから、自分の利益にかなうよう態度を改めただけ。サンブリンガーにとって価値のない人たちをどうして守ったり導いたりしなきゃいけないの？そこまでされても寛容と慈悲の心で他人に接することができるなら、もう人じゃなくて神様だもん。移ろ狩りはすごいけど、まだその域には達してないと思うな。
でもあなたの言う通りだとしたら、人と人との間には永遠に本当の愛情なんて存在しないことになっちゃう。損得だけでつながってる関係なんていつ壊れてもおかしくない。ふとしたことであっという間に亀裂が入って、この世界は争いと醜さでいっぱいになる。私たちはそんな地獄みたいな世界に生きてるっていうの？
春光ちゃんが気づいてないだけで、この世界はとっくにそうなんだよ。多分それを君には見せまいと頑張ってくれた誰かがいるんだろうね。
あ。
うーん。
どっちにも一理あるとは思うけど、そもそも前提になってるサンブリンガーの話自体真実とは限らないわけじゃない。
ごめん。どうして君が謝るの？先に意地悪したのはザオちゃんなのに。そうなの？
ごめん。ここまでの議論に発展するとは思わなかった。
Hey, no, man. You brought it up. I got some good lore tidbits that may or may not be true about someone that I want to know more about, so I appreciate that. But also at the same time, I guess, yes, it did bring up some debate of conversation. But I feel like it's not like it was bad. Like, it is something to, to talk about, and it is a thing to think about in that in a conversation.
出どころのわからない風説に過ぎないんだ。みんなは聞き流してくれたらいい。さて、工場の中にはまだたくさんの異常ミヤズマが残ってる。僕たちが探してる異変の源もそこにある可能性が高い。
リン、緊急の連絡だ。みんなの頑張りで長期兵の黒い花は鎮圧できたけれど、ラマニアンフォローの拡大は止まる様子がない。僕たちの推測だと、やはり原因はフォローの中にある高濃度の異常ミヤズマである可能性が高い。そちらは？
ええ、ちょうど今工場の近くまで来たわ。私たちが探してるものはあの中にあるかも。急ぎましょ
う。まずは工場の中に入る方法を探そう。
I'm gonna walk my way in.
ロックスプリングの話だと、工場の中はここよりも危険みたいだね。
工場内の異常なミヤズマを浄化できればフォローの拡張を止められるはず。
そうだね。
Oh, behind me.
でもやっぱり慎重にならないと。
気をつけて。ここには今まで以上にたくさんのセキュリティメカがいるから。
感じる。生命圏が共鳴してるの。工場の中よ。そこはもっと濃いミヤズマで溢れてるはず。凍れる川を砕く。よっほっほっ。
There we go.
近くの工場の入り口を見てみようよ。
This way. No, why are the doors locked?
シュンコ、どうしたの？
なんだか変な光景が見える気がする。異常なミヤズマのせいかな。何が見えたの？女の人、ほっそりしててメガネの研究員みたいな服装。髪を結んでて頭に2本角が生えてるわ。多分シリオンってことよね。穏やかそうな人で、ここで何か研究してたみたい。待って、今確かに生命圏って、それにリンって言った？
それってどう考えても、どうして春光にカローレ先生が見えるの？それに先生が生命圏のことを？
カローレって？ここに初めて来た時、ミヤズマの幻が見せた人だよね。あれれ、春光ちゃんは覚えてないの？すぐには思い出せなかっただけよ。言われたらすぐ分かったわ。
春光、なんか変だよ。 生命権の代償がきつくなってきてるんじゃない？
大丈夫。少し休めばいいだけ。先に工場のゲートを開ける方法を探してきてくれる？その間に一息つくから。まあここなら安全だろうし、そうしちゃう？
春光さんが先生の幻を見たということは、中に手がかりがあるかもしれない。
That's very sus. Why is everything turning more sus? Ah, I am. It is not okay. I am not okay right now. Also, I don't think I'll be free anytime soon from the time.
探索する価値はあるはずだ。
I think it'll take me a lot longer.
わかった。春光、ここで
You
待って
guys
て。
encountered
ザ
the
イちゃんも
spoo.
春光のことをお願い。
I'm like,
私は工場に入
because
る
when
方
she
法を
said
探
that,
して
she's
みる
like, oh, your teacher, like, knows something about the sword. I'm like, what? I don't know what you're saying is true or not, but like, those words coming out of your mouth regardless, I'm like, damn, what's going on here?
私なら大丈夫。ここで待ってるね。
Not be hearing those words out of your mouth.
早く3つの制御盤を探そっか。
Okay. I'm gonna move my butt. Oh my god, why is this so complicated? Oh, I get it now.
これは機械の作動音だよ。どうやら正解だったみたい。あとはここだけだよ。さっさと片付けちゃおう。
力、懐かしさを感じるわ。まるであのムビという妖刀と同じね。雲岳山の生命権のことかしら。代償があるのだとか。そう、それならあの剣の問題を抑えられるかもしれないわ。
さっきの宮綱の幻は間違いなく君の先生だった。しかも生命権についてかなり
Dang,
知識が
this
ある
is
よ
a
うだ。
bit, I don't know, man.
追いかけてみる？もしかすると何か価値のある情報が得られるかもしれない。
追いかけてみよう。さっきの様子だと先生は生命権の代償を抑える方法を知ってるっぽかったし、確かめてみる価値はあるはず。
でも中の異常ミアズマはかなり強烈そうよ。入るのは危ないかも。
私も春光の力になりたいの。春光がみんなを助けようとしてるのと同じように。ザオちゃん、また春光のことお願いできる？
別にいいよ。でも
僕が一緒に行くよ。安心して。中の構造はそれなりに分かってるから。宮妻さえ避ければ 問題ないはずだ。
分かった。くれぐれも気をつけてね。
生命権の真実が知りたいのか。彼女を助けたいなら力になってやろう。
従具の代償はいつもこれほどまでに重たい。でもこれはより多くの人のため、人類最後やられた。誰かがこの決断を下さなければ。分かっているわ。
妖刀、無備、そして生命権の裏には邪悪な秘密が隠されている。
I have a bad feeling about this. Just saying. In an ominous building? Not good.
救済か、それとも破滅か。リン、アキラ、私の教え子たち。あなたたちはきっと最後まで生き延びられるわ。
あそこにまだ幻がある。そのまま進もう。
見つけた。あそこだよ。
あなたも分かっているはずよ。あの子たちのためには私はこうするしかない。こうすることでしか最小の代償で最大の。分かっているわ。あなたの言うことは全て。でも
This is very sus. Hey, but we do get to know more. We do get hints about possibly learning about stuff, so I'll take it. Because we haven't gotten new hints about this stuff for a while, so the fact that we get any of this, I'm happy. There's something there, isn't there? Oh no.
なんか急に寒気が。
Oh no.
大丈夫。すぐ終わらせるから。
Oh, it's a bug! No! A person!
私のせい。私が焦らなければシュンコは。
A person, it's a bug!
あなたのせいじゃないよ、リー。私があなたを守らなくてどうするの？安心し
Oh, I
て。
cannot see.
そこまで脆くないよ。
the bug. Why? Oh. 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 Oh, I got hit by that. That hurts. Guys, this fight could be a lot worse, and I'm doing okay. There we go. He's dead. Be gone. Oh, it's not even giving me subtitles, man. Well, I guess y'all don't get to understand. I just get to see him really cool.
よくわかんないよ。ちゃんと言って。もう会えないってどういうこと？あんたいなくなっちゃうの？
大したことじゃないわ。ある意味では私とこの子が一つになろうとしてるってだけ。言ったでしょ。この子が生きてるから私たちも生きてられるの。この子の状況はちっとも楽観的になれたもんじゃないけど、かといって私にはもう何もしてあげられないの。リン、あなたとの出会いは本当に不思議な巡り合わせだったわね。知ってる？さっきあなたが危なかった時、この子ったら無鉄砲に駆けつけたけど、あなただって私とこの子は違うから。私は英雄なんてごめんだし、誰かを助けたいとも思わない。でもあの瞬間、私たちの心は今までにないくらい一つになってた。それが多分私たちが和解できた理由。結局のところ私とこの子は一つだったんだから。あなたの前に立った瞬間、私は急に理解したの。相性は呪いなんかじゃなかった。それはある意味で 強さなんだって。この先は臆病なこの子には一生かかっても言えないでしょうね。でも私なら言える。リン、私のこと忘れたら許さないから。この先もっと素敵な人やずっと美しい景色に出会っても、いつまでも私のこと覚えてなさいよね。
春子、ねえ、平気？
この子ったら生命圏の侵食が取り返しのつかないところまで来てたことずっと隠してたんだね。もうザオちゃんたちの声も届かないんじゃないかな。
Why do they have to do this? Bro, I thought I'd get more time. I know this was gonna happen, but I thought I'd get more time. Game, give me more time to reconcile with my thoughts and my feelings before, like, you throw this shit at me. Why do you do this?
資格もダメみたい。
春子、私の声が聞こえないの？約束はどうなっちゃうわけ？何が起きても私は一人じゃないって思わせてくれるんじゃなかったの？私たち指切りしたじゃん。ねえ、こんな風にいなくなっちゃうなんてそんなのってないよ。
Wait, I had a thought for a solid minute. This might be a bad time that I remembered this, but I had a thought. I'm not going to jinx it. I will talk about it if it does happen afterwards, but I'm not going to talk about it now. I will karma myself.
Nowは多分何を言ってもダメ。君が辛いのはわかるけど、とにかくここは冷静にならなくちゃ。
分かってるけど、私がちゃんと気にかけてたらこんな風になる前に気づいてあげられたのに、私のせいで。
そうじゃないって自分でも分かってるくせに。君がすんでのところで止められてたって、この子はきっといつか生命圏の力を無理に使ったと思うよ。みんなを守るためにね。春光ちゃん、自分を責めるよりも今はもっと大事なことがあるよね。忘れないで、君はプロ棋士。どんなことが起きても君だけはみんなを出口まで導いてあげなくちゃ。
I have to pull out the tissues. No. Okay, what would you do to me?
だからこの子をお家に返してあげよ
This
う。
game better not make me do another fight. I swear I will break someone's arm if they do. Also, if her brother finds out, oh, this is so gonna be bad. I volunteer. I volunteer to take her home, please. Disabled benefits, you're right.
けた。一番近い裂け目は工場の反対側にある。エレベーターで行けるはずだよ。あっちだよ。早く行こ
よしよし、それでこそパエトーンだよ。
う。裂け目はあそこだよ。急ごう。
ここはどこ？
Pause or continue. I prefer to get out of the hollow before I pause, which I don't know if I will be free anytime soon, but I've already committed at least to this next part here.
シュンコ、私の声が聞こえてる？大丈夫？
リン、ザオさん、ロックスプリング、みんなどこにいるの？
まだ五感が戻ってない。ザオちゃんたちには気づかないかもね。
暗くて何にも見えないの。それに何にも聞こえない。すっごく静かですっごく怖い。
シュンコ、もう少しの辛抱だからね。すぐ連れて帰ってあげる。
リン、あなたなの？声が聞こえた気がする。ごめんね。約束守ってあげられなくなっちゃったかも。あなたは一人じゃないって私が証明してあげなきゃいけないのに。約束を破るような姉弟子になんてなりたくなかったな。でも安心して、ちっとも痛くないから。私がただちょっと怖いだけなの。ほんのちょっとだけね。なんだかみんなにすっごく会いたくなっちゃった。
大丈夫だよ、シュンコ。絶対元通りになるからね。裂け目はすぐそこだから行こう。
Oh, do I get to leave and then I get to have my space?
データによると、ラマニアンフォローはようやく拡張をやめたみたい。
シュンコが頑張ってくれたおかげでね。
けどとっても高くついたね。あの子の容体はどう？
あんまり変わらない。何も言わないままで外の変化にも鈍感っていうか。
実はね、そうちゃん。探しましたよ、ザオちゃん先輩。こんなところにいたんですか？おや、プロキシさんもいるじゃないですか。お久しぶりです。ダイヤちゃんに万学先生？どうして君たちがここに？
黒枝より下級の召集である。我が輩たちは即刻戻らねばならぬぞ。
十中八九、ラマニアンの件でしょうね。さすがに黒枝も
Very
何
fun.
かしら大きなアクションを起こすみたいですよ。そっか、わかった。春光ちゃんのことだけど、ザオちゃんに手伝えることがあったらすぐ連絡してね。それとアドバイス。生命圏の力を狙ってる人って君が思ってるよりずっとたくさんいるの。剣士に何かあったことが広まったら多分 みんな目の色を変えちゃうよ。ザオちゃんが教えてあげられるのはこれだけ。
ありがとうザオちゃん。気をつけるね。
10日交換がモットーのザオちゃん先輩がただでアドバイスを。先輩、肉食系ウサちゃんはもう店じまいですか？まさかここへ来て人参ハムハム系女子に。行くよ、遅刻はみっともないからね。
Okay, there we go. We finished the section. Okay, I have freed myself from the clutches of a section. Actually, I don't even know where we are. Hold on a minute. I'm gonna do myself a favor and find the... hold on a minute. Where are we? Nope, not this. This. There we go. We still have like 3 more sections to go. We just finished this section right here, which was the fight. We still have like 3 more. Oh. I like how the naming of the other sections, I read it and I'm like, oh, I am not gonna have a good time. But you know, I'm not gonna, we'll just leave it, it's fine. Hold on a minute, I want to see how many chapters we've had. We've had like around 5 chapters for the last season. For season 1, we had 5 chapters and then the epilogue. So we're probably getting close. I just realized. So then that means that for Wi-Fi Peninsula, we're at like chapter 6 right now. So that means that we're probably relatively close to like the end, or we're at the end, and then we'll get the epilogue at the end there. Very fun. Wait, is that? Speaking of Miyabi, I found her. And also Yanagi. Where is the rest of section 6? What? Dang, lol. Anyways, thank you guys for coming out. I'm gonna swap actually to the other screen before I start yapping away my my words. Check a food stall. That is true. That's where Sokaku might be. Let me go have a wander around. Nope. Nope, nope. Trying to look around here right now. Quick. Nope, I don't see her anywhere. Yeah, I don't see them. She's a black hole. That is true. Alright, so we will play, I guess, more of this tomorrow. Actually, let me see how much we finish. I just want to quickly see how much we covered, actually, now that I think about it. One minute. Because I want to see how much we covered, and then if we'll actually finish it tomorrow. One. Over here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we finished 3 sections, so we still have 3 sections left. So basically, if we keep at the pace that we were at today, we should be able to finish it by tomorrow, which is fine. Which is what I thought we were gonna have to do anyways. I was just thinking that maybe we could somehow magically finish it today. Magically, but I doubt it. We could finish tomorrow if we extend. Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do. I mean, considering like I already extended it a little bit into today just to get out of the hollow, so we'll probably do that. I also was yapping a little bit more than I did on Friday, so that as well. So yeah. But if I feel like if I start yapping, I should start, and I don't think I'm gonna click the buttons. I should just put it on auto in case, ain't no way you thought we could finish today. Hey, I'm allowed to believe sometimes, and maybe try hard to believe that I might finish it, even though that is very unrealistic for my standards of finishing. I like to think that maybe I could, or progress more. I didn't think we'd progress that much. I thought we'd basically like do one section and that's it. Of course, meaning would be Santa Claus faster than you finish an update early. That's true. But also, like, we don't have much in terms of, like, things coming up. Except for next week. I think Reverse is updating, I think, next week or the week after. And then we get the second act for Chapter 3 for Wua, which is the same update. It's just that we get Act 2 later on during the version update. So we get that. But other than that, I don't think we have anything else in January. Though in February, all the estimated times for updates for like Star Rail, for Star Rail, for Wua, for Triple Z are all within either the same day or 1 week after the other, and I'm like, lords. I hate this. February will be shit. Like literally the first week. Either all the gacha games update on the same day or 1 week after the other. When February comes, I'm going to hate myself. Literally after we finish like we finish Triple Z, we do Reverse, and then we finish the second act for Chapter 3 for Wua. Everything else updates like the first week of February. Once February rolls around, I will literally be swamped in updates, and I will be happy, but also I will hate myself at the same time. So that's great. Mirai's so full of hope. I'm envious. I like to try to be as positive as I can, I thought we weren't gonna even do 3 sections of the chapter like today. I thought we were gonna like maybe do 1 or 2. So the fact that we did 3, I'm okay with that. When the games say pick who to drop momentarily or buy something with more story. It'll be fun to see how things will update, or will my thing be able to have everything. Should be fine as I say that, but who knows? We'll have to see. I just wish Wua would compress its files so it doesn't go from 30 to 50, and it still irks me. I hate it. But yeah, so I'm excited for updates in February. Like, as much as I say I'm gonna hate it because they're all back to back and like on the same days, yes, that is true, but I am excited for the updates because then new characters, new regions for some of the games, and then we just get updates in general. So, I'm excited for that. Or from 50 to 90 on PC. That is true too. That is true. So, I mean, either way, Wua, just compress your files and fix things and, make things better again. Like, literally, Triple Z and Star Rail still in the, like, late 20s to early 30s in terms of, like, on my, like, mobile devices, and still doesn't take up too much space, still relatively the same amount of space on my computer. Wua is the only one that's massively, like, taken up more storage space for both mobile and on my PC for no apparent reason, and I hate it. Hopefully we get a Glacio. Yeah, hopefully. Like I said, I know Nobu, you sent me that clip about not a lot of Glacio characters coming out and stuff like that. Jola's gotta stop bribing the text. That's true. But even though I even have a Glacio character, which is I forgot her name. I keep calling her Paint Girl. Which she's part of my Jinshi team. Like I use that Jinshi. Like in my defense, the only reason why I'm not using her is I use that Jinshi team like to high hell and back as soon as like I got her. Like a Lion Boy and Art Girl, yeah. So I used her in my Jinshi team, like to hell and back, and I only use that team when I got them, like both Jinshi and her. Like I use that team exclusively, pretty much during most of the update, except for once the new region came out, and the only time I swapped over was when Brand came out. Yes, because at the time I was still building Matrix Guy, which then he didn't really have a team, so I just shoved him in with other characters too. So the only time that I actually swapped teams at that point was pretty much when Brand came out. And then Augusta came out after, and then that's when I started using the new characters from that region, because all the other characters previously in that region, I hadn't pulled for them. So I basically hadn't used anyone really. And even if I did pull for someone, I was still building them. So I pretty much used that team pretty much exclusively until like about like Brant, that area Ishii. And then that's when I started swapping over to the newer characters, and now I'm building them more. So I mean, I feel like I got good usage out of Art Girl and also the Jinshi team, just because like I basically used them from like pretty much a good chunk of like that beginning half area to like about the middle, like the beginning middle-ish of the next area after. So I used them for a good chunk of time. So I feel like, which is like the same thing with Star Rail, right? Like my ratio team, like as soon as I got them in Patagonia, I basically used them for like the middle to end of like the entire like area for Patagonia. So I feel like I got my good usage out of them before I swapped to new characters. So I feel like, at least for me, for my reason of not using her anymore is because I've used her enough in that team and played that team enough to death that I'm swapping over to other characters and playing other characters, because, you know, it's different play style for other characters, and, you know, different, just not playing the same thing over and over again, just in general. So yeah, so something new. Not to say that I wouldn't pull them out. I just probably pulled them out like in like, you know, outside main story content, or just playing them regularly if I had to do other stuff. So why do you say region with a T at the end that doesn't exist? I don't know. Did I? I'm not paying attention. Sometimes I talk and I slur, so I sometimes make it sound like I'm saying letters at the end, so that also, I do that too sometimes. So my bad. I should speak more clearly. I don't pay attention. I didn't pay attention, so maybe I did. But yeah. So hopefully, I don't know. We'll see. If we don't get another Glacio character, that just means that this attribute / element really doesn't like getting, or the devs don't like giving us Glacio characters, which is like the same thing that happened with Genshin with Geo characters. Well, actually, it's not Geo characters. It was the Geo reaction problem that didn't react to every other element properly. So then when you had Geo characters come out, it just was like very scarce. So the reaction caused not a lot of Geo characters to exist. So that was the problem. Not so the characters themselves. It's more so the reactions from that element. So I don't know. I mean, like Glacio doesn't have any problems in terms of like synergy or reacting to other characters or being with other characters in teams and stuff. So honestly, I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. So hopefully they make another Glacio character come out soon. If not, you know, and like if not the next two characters, then hopefully some future characters. Because I know the pink hair girl is not Glacio. She is a, I think, sword fusion character. I think she's a sword fusion character. But I definitely know she is not Glacio. And I definitely know she's not Spectre 100%. But I think she's fusion sword. I was going to talk about this, but I didn't get a chance to. But we'll talk about it later on Friday, a bit more about it. And then people are still trying to speculate if Luke is going to be Glacio or Spectre. I have a I don't know. I have just a gut feeling that he just will not be Glacio. I just have a feeling. I don't know. I shrug my shoulders. I think it's more so because Glacio can get pretty broken since they have freeze, which can stun enemies in place for a few seconds while people wail damage. That is true. I mean, the only reason why I got Arc Girl is because of her, because she's more of a support character for Jinshi. So that team, the Jinshi team, is just basically you have a healer and a supporter who gives the DPS buffs. So if anything, I would say, I would say that team at least anyways is like less so of at least freezing people and stunning them than just here's a bunch of buffs and things for the DPS, and then the healer just is there too, and then we're like wail on them, which Jinshi does because of how I gave her crit. The ratio crit rate and crit damage that I gave her was it was quite high, so yeah. But yeah, I don't know. They may not fix this problem. I don't know about it. I actually didn't really think about it too much until that video. I think I just didn't think about it too much just because, like, I don't know, people were not talking about it. Imagine a full team of Glacio where the team freezes the boss while rotating skills. Carlotta alone can stun for 3 seconds, and her dedicated echo freezes an additional 3 seconds just in time for her attack skill to reset, and then another freeze. Yeah. Like if you I mean, like she good damage and then she freezes, and then if you give her good support, then you're like just buffing her and just like you're basically doing the traditional DPS and support, but then you add in the fact that she's a Glacio character and she can stun, and then you're just wailing on this enemy pretty much. They can't move. You're basically like drug dumping on top of her, and then you're just like, she's just like, hold my coffee, and then she just goes and wails on this enemy. So yeah. And like our girl was like a good support for Jinshi, like before because Jinshi came out before Art Girl because she came out the same update that Matrix Guy came out. Like a lot of people are like, oh, if you play Jinshi, you should pull for her because she's a really good support. And like the damage, at least for me anyways, I noticed the increase in damage that Jinshi got was way more and way better with her support. So yeah. I don't know. Maybe they're like, we need to give other elements / attributes better characters and funner characters to play, so then, you know, we don't go too ham on like the Glacio characters because they're too good, you know? I shrugged my shoulders. To put it in a funnier sense, Glacio is the rope that ties Mirai to a chair while Kurumine force feeds the rope that will never break. Pretty much. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they'll make another Glacio character. If they don't, I don't know what they'll do, because then all the other elements / attributes have had at least 1 or 2 characters added since Carlotta. So that's quite a bit of characters since we got another Glacio character. So hopefully they'll add in another character, whether it's another DPS or a support character or whatever they may be, So then the disparity doesn't become so bad. So we'll see what happens. But who knows? We'll have a look at. We'll see. But in general, I just realized I just don't play Glacio characters in general. The only reason why I only played Art Girl is A, because she was good for Jinshi, and B, because relatable. She does art. I do art. Thumbs up. Those are the only 2 reasons I played her. And in general, I just don't play Glacio characters. I didn't even pull for Carlotta. I didn't even pull for her, even though she's really good and I like her playstyle whenever I get her free to play in the story or whatever. I like playing her. But I didn't pull for her. So like, I don't know, man. Maybe they're just not for me. But in general, we should probably add more to the game. Maybe we just need a Glacio male character that I relate to or I like, and then it's like all good. It's just a recipe for me. Or, you know, another good woman that matches my vibes that I want, because I mean, I got Carthagia and I wanted to get her, and also Bard. There's been a few like female characters for other elements / attributes I got. And then a bunch of dudes. Lion Boy, I'm a man. I don't know why my first reaction is, oh, that's so cute. There's one pat him on the head. And he'd be mad at me because he's like, I'm not a kid. I'm sorry. It's okay. One day you will be, and maybe then I'll like you. But for now, I like him, but he is definitely not my type. But he is chill and he is very nice, and I like him. So yeah, maybe. The fun part is he literally is a man. He's just baby-faced. I know, the baby face hit me too hard. Like, once he gets out of the baby face, I'll be like, let's go. I see you. Literally, it's the baby face that's the problem. Nothing else is the problem. Oh. Yeah, he needs to just grow out of the baby face, and then it'll fix all our problems and issues. Who knows? I mean, the fact that he is still, even though the fact that he's baby-faced and he is like not my type, he at least has lore and relevancy to some degree compared to like literally Kelcharo, who I like and I pulled for, and he still doesn't have any lore or relevancy. So like, who knows, man? Maybe I'm just into the wrong people. I don't know. So, yeah. Anyways, that's it for me today. Thank you guys for staying up a little bit longer than usual, for watching me play more of the Triple Z story. We're gonna spend more time on this tomorrow. Hopefully we will finish it. We might have to extend the time again. We'll see how much I yap and get done at the same time. So we'll see about that, but we will be playing more of it and hopefully finishing it tomorrow. And then Friday we'll just be just chatting and kind of just playing some games. I was thinking about mostly playing FGO, but we'll see if I need to grind or play other games. But it'll mostly be just chatting, and then we'll just do some other stuff on the side as well. We'll probably watch some videos and talk about some other stuff as well that we hadn't got around to. So yeah. And that'll probably be the gist of the week. But other than that, that's about it. Even had his own character event, which changed the landscape. Literally! That's what I'm saying! This guy more relevant than the guy that I actually liked and pulled for. So, like, I don't know. Like I said, maybe I'm into the wrong people. Bye-bye. See you later and sleep well. Thank you, app. Have a good night. Bundle up and stay warm. Thank you, Nobu. Thank you, Cillian. And thank you to anyone else who came. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys tomorrow for more Triple Z, and hopefully we'll finish it. But if not, I'll see you guys next time. And yeah, that's it for me today. All right. Bye, guys. Bye-bye.